Live from the Obama Athletics Complex, this is Lane Tech Lacrosse. With spring break only one sleep away, the champions are looking to move to 2-0 in the Chicago Public League as these Road Warriors make one more bus trip down the Kennedy to face arch rival Whitney Young. While young lacrosse has yet to approach the high bar set by several other Dolphin sports, you can be sure a win today would make the season for Whitney Young. Lane has battled three tough non-conference opponents in their first four games and are starting to see increased contribution from some of their first-year varsity athletes, and are looking to put this game away early, not giving the Dolphins any thought of an upset. Good evening, everyone. This is Tony McHale, and we are coming to you live on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel with this evening's action between your Lane Tech champions and the Whitney Young Dolphins. No bleachers here at the Obama Athletics Complex, so we are standing along the east sideline, hoping to provide the best field-level shots for tonight's game. Back from travels abroad, Mary Avery's on the camera, and we are about 3 minutes away from the start of tonight's game. If you are to believe Max Preps, Young has only played one game so far this year, a 12-4 home victory over Lincoln Park last Thursday. The Dolphins are looking to improve on their 3-5 conference record from a year ago, which included a 14-2 loss to the champions. Lane played well on Monday against Mother McAuley. It was a one-goal game early in the second half before the Mighty Macs went on a 6-goal run to put the game away. The champions hope to keep the offensive momentum they have had for the last three games while controlling the time of possession more than they have in their non-conference games. A beautiful night here on the west side of Chicago. Game time temperature about 48 degrees, which is about 10 degrees warmer than it was 2 hours ago. The girls are going through their final stick checks. The Lane Tech junior varsity defeated the Whitney Young junior varsity 10-2 in our first game here this evening. As we said, no bleachers here at Whitney Young, so everyone is lined up along the west sideline, stretched from goal to goal. Not really much of a sunset tonight, as it's been overcast all day in Chicago, so hopefully we will not have the backlit problems that we had on Monday. The girls are one class day away from spring break, so everybody's fired up. Most of the girls just wearing shorts today, no tights. A couple girls deciding to go sleeveless. See the same midfield we've had for most of the season to start this game. Kendra O'Keefe will take the first draw control. Katie Wilkes, Kate Chapman in the midfield. Lane Tech is going to defend the south goal to start this game. On defense, Maggie Breed, Bree Thomas, Abby Keenan, and Neve Modden. On the offensive side, you got number 16, the sophomore Emily Sides, number 1, the freshman Natalie Crosby, the sophomore Gwen Ryan, and senior captain number 12, Eliza McHale. The champions are out on the field ready to go, just waiting for the Dolphins, getting their final pep talk from their coach. Looks like the same officiating crew we had on Monday at Mother McAuley. Referee blows her whistle asking for Whitney to get out here. 27 players rostered on the Whitney Young squad. Starting in goal for Lane Tech again this evening, number 25, the senior Alyssa Gonzalez. Playing really well in the first four games. So out for Whitney Young to take the draw control is Margot Bailey, number 14. She's a junior. In the midfield with her is number 20, Mara Schumacher, and number 23, Elsa Barthel. So he said only one game on record for Whitney Young. We'll go through the goal scorers as they happen. Kendra O'Keefe had a big day on Monday with 4 goals. She's the leading goal scorer for your champions, and we are ready to go. Referee gets the draw control ready. And we're off. Little flat draw coming out. Lane Tech picks it up. Kate McNamara gets the ball. Look for Gwen. Picked up by Lane Tech. That's Crosby. McHale with the ball behind the net. Dumps it in. Shoot, score! Goal by number 18, Gwen Ryan, from Eliza McHale with only 25 seconds gone in the game. Great start from Lane Tech, just what you want to see. Want to put this game away early, not give any hope to these young Dolphins. O'Keefe back in the draw control circle with Bailey. Lane Tech should be able to win most of these. They're calling it a legal draw that time. Referee's going to do it over again. Clock will continue to run once it starts on this. So Lane Tech should be able to win most of these draw controls. And if you can keep pushing it forward toward Kate McNamara, put Lane Tech in the offensive zone quickly. It was the transition fast break game on Monday that Mother McCauley used effectively against the champions. Out towards McNamara again. She wins it again, her second. Down to McHale on the far sideline. She's looking for somebody. Gets it back to Katie Wilk, top of the 12. Over to O'Keefe. Lots of room in the middle. O'Keefe gets by her defender, Bailey. You're going to call a illegal check. You're going to give O'Keefe the ball. Second hash, the 8-meter arc. 1-on-1 with the goalie, Addison Erich, number 30. She's a sophomore. They moved her into the first hash. O'Keefe goes high, shoots, scores. 23-44. I'll apologize now for the clock. Because there's no stands, it's too far away, but I will put the scores up. I got to remember that. So 2-0 Lane Tech, 23-44 on the clock. Kendra O'Keefe extends her goal lead. That was unassisted on the penalty shot, on the free position shot. same two in the draw control. Kate McNamara with her third draw control of the night. Into McHale. She gets it into Gwen Ryan. She score. That's the transition that we haven't seen a lot of so far this season. But that was two passes from the draw control. Put Lane on the board again. Just 11 seconds. Just 11 seconds after the second goal by Kendra O'Keefe, Gwen Ryan picks up her second goal of the game on a second assist from Eliza McHale. So that went draw control, Kate McNamara, McHale to Ryan Gwen for the goal. Not sure McNamara went in that time when everything's been going behind her. Ball still on the ground. Fight for it over there. Bailey's going to fight for it with O'Keefe. Ball's up. Ball's still up. O'Keefe gets control. Lane Tech still in offense. Whitney Young has not had the ball yet. O'Keefe drives all the way in. She passes. She gets it to McNamara for the fourth goal early in this game for Lane Tech. 23-04. Kate McNamara with the score. Kendra O'Keefe with the assist. And Lane Tech is going to leave no doubt about this game this evening. 3 goals in the 23-minute period. 3 goal scorers, 3 assists. Kate McNamara fights for it. Control by Kendra O'Keefe. Her second draw control goes right in, shoots, scores. Five to nothing. 22-51. Unassisted for Kendra O'Keefe. 3 points for her already in this game. Into the game on offense, number 5, Mary Gitschlag. The Lane Tech defense has yet to be challenged. The ball has not crossed midfield yet. Everything on the Lane Tech sideline. Bailey and O'Keefe again in the draw control circle. Ball goes towards McNamara again. She picks it off out of the air clean. She drives to the net. Oh, ball checked out of her stick. It's loose. Scrum for it in the middle. Goalie Erich picks it up. Long outlet pass to Barthel. She picks it up in the midfield. Katie Wilk there to check her. Checks the ball out of her stick. Crosby, first player there. Ball still on the ground. Looks more like field hockey now. Bree Thomas controls the ground ball. Bree's got the sideline. She gets past her defender. She clears the sideline, brings it back into the middle. Foul on Whitney Young. Bree Thomas about the 35-yard line, football 35. Pass into the middle to Gwen Ryan. Lane Tech looks to set up their offense. Good check there by Bailey. Ball on the ground. Ground ball, Kate McNamara. Gets it over to Allie Vanna. Vanna in the game for the first time today. She shoots, saved by Erich. Ground ball being fought for. Foul on Whitney Young is going to be Lane Tech ball. Check on an empty stick. Vanna with it. Just outside the 8-meter arc. It's really cool. These two referees work well together. They have headsets so they can talk to each other, figure out what's going on. The game moves a lot faster. So Allie Vanna. Ball being worked around the top. Vanna looks for a cutter. Vanna was looking for O'Keefe in the slot. Ball on the ground. Controlled by the goalie, Erich. I apologize. Ball's on the ground again. Clear, not caught. Bree Thomas with her second ground ball of the day. Checked out. They're going to call a foul on number 7 for Whitney Young, Carson Jackson. Pass a little high for O'Keefe. Picked up by Emily Sides. Picked up by Kendra O'Keefe. So Lane Tech winning the ground ball battle so far. We're under 20 minutes, so 5 minutes gone in this game. Lane Tech leads 5-0. Gitschlag with the ball. Looking for something to do. She gets it behind the net. That is Crosby. Crosby brings it around to the left side. Looking for a cutter. Katie Wilk. Referee's going to call 3 seconds, I'm guessing. 3 seconds on 17 for Whitney Young is Ella Kwan. She just lost her player and was not defending anybody. Ball's at the 12-meter spray. Katie Wilk dodges to her right. She tries to get it to O'Keefe. Picked up back there by McNamara. McNamara to O'Keefe for a goal. 18:58. Kate McNamara with the assist. Third goal of the game to Kendra O'Keefe. 6-0, Lane Tech. On defense for Lane, in comes Kate Chapman, number 17. McHale went and put the sleeves on. She's trying to showboat a little bit. No sleeves to start the game. She decided that sleeves were better. So McHale in the draw control circle with Bailey, number 14. Margot Bailey. Olivia Ruby in the game for the first time. Ball goes towards Ruby. Ruby catches it clean. She drives to the net. She keeps going. She gets fouled. No, she doesn't. Ground ball picked up by Whitney Young. Fights for it in there with Gitschlag. Pagonow. Ball comes down the near sideline. Picked up by 7. Should be Lane Tech ball. McHale with the ball. Referee calls for a restart. So McHale gets it, into the offensive end. Down to Pagonow. 2 players on the ground. Just got tangled up a little bit. Pagonow and Kwan. Ball's going to stay with Lane Tech and call Kwan for a foul. Pagonow shoots. Nope. Ball's loose. Picked up by Whitney Young-Lewis. Now the goalie, Erich, has it. Long outlet. Bree Thomas there to break it up. Still loose in the midfield. Picked up by Whitney Young. Whitney Young into their offensive end for the first time today. Ball on the far sideline. Cleared into the middle to number 7 is Jackson. She drives. Shoot just wide of the cage. Saved, still Young ball. Young with their first offensive possession of the game right now. Ball wide to Bailey. She shoots high. Picked off by, ball's loose. Ball's loose. Picked up by defender number 10, Eleanor. So Lane Tech still on defense. Eleanor drives, takes the ball behind the cage. Ruby on her. They're going to get a foul on. They had kid on the field, so no foul. Just Whitney Young possession. Eleanor still with the ball. Eleanor Corkin. I think they flipped that on me. Ball behind. No defender on that side. Where's the defender? Shot was wide. Schumacher. But she had a wide open net. It was just her and Gonzalez. There was no defender that was guarding that side of the net. Ball stays with Whitney Young. Burrier on the far side. Burrier walks it on. Lane everybody trying to mark a man, a person, a player. Barthel drives to the net. Lost her player again. Ruby steps over. It was a long run. No, she wasn't able to get a shot off. So sustained possession here for Whitney Young. Jackson drives, pushed off. Burrier with the ball again. Ball's on the ground. She picks it up. Saved by Corkin. Corkin shoots high. Burrier's going to be back there. Stay with Young. Burrier walks it on. Not going to challenge her until she gets above the goal line. Now she's above the goal line. Out wide to Bailey. Bailey drives. No charging foul. Great job on defense by Madden. Ball still with Young. Great save by Gonzalez. Another point-blank save by her, right at her head. She had to stick up. Ruby gets the outlet pass. Ball into the middle of the field. Got numbers. Gwen Ryan picks it up. Lane on the transition. Ryan goes all the way in. She dumps it off to Pagonow. Ball loose. Tripping. Sides is going to get the draw the foul, so she gets the ground ball. She drives, tries to get to her left hand. They call it cross check, so still Lane ball. 12:59 left in the first half. Lane Tech leads 6-0. Last goal was scored at 18:58, so Whitney Young had about 4 minutes of possession there on that last exchange. Slowed down the Lane attack a little bit. Emily Sides picks up the ball. She's got Pagonow behind the net. She's just outside the 8-meter arc, so not really free position. She looks. She's going to go behind to Pagonow. That ball's going to go out of bounds. It was tipped, it looked like, by – yeah, it's going to stay with Lane Tech. No, the referee's going to give it to Whitney Young. It looked like it was tipped. Looked like the pass was tipped, but apparently it wasn't. So the goalie with the ball. Long outlet down the middle of the field. He's got a wide open player. Schumacher. She puts the ball on the ground. Fought for it. Ruby picks it up. Ruby drives down the center. She's met by Lewis. Back to McHale. McHale drives past her defender. Switches back to her right. Gets by a second defender. Lane trying to work the ball around a little bit. Pagonow with the ball. Sophia, just a sophomore. Back to McHale. Far side referee calls a foul. Lane Tech might be offsides. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Whitney Young is offsides. Had 8 players in the offensive zone. McHale dumps it in the middle, a little high for Ryan. Good idea. Goalie picks it up. Outlet pass. Outlet foul on Lane Tech. Eleanor Corkin with the ball. Guarded by Emily Sides. Hands her off to Bree Thomas. 10:44 remaining in the first half. So after the initial 6-goal scoring spree, this game has slowed down a little bit. Whitney Young with some sustained possession. Barthel working on McHale, but McHale wasn't letting her by. Ball behind the net for Young. Corkin with it. Not a lot of movement right now in this Young offense. Corkin dives into the middle. Pass. It's a pass, not a shot. Picked up by Mahin. Mahin tries to get into the middle. Couple Lane Tech players there. Pagonow picks up the ground ball. She drives at the net. She goes past the first defender. Second defender, foul. She draws a foul right at the 12-meter arc. Spray. Take the ball with you, Sophia. There you go. So 9:25 remaining in the first half. Lane Tech at the 12-meter. It's a long way to go. Nobody steps in. Shot. You're going to get a foul. Goalie saved the initial shot, but Pagonow was pushed down, so now she's going to get free position at the 8-meter arc. A little closer than she was. No defender really stepped in on that last free position. Now she's 4 meters closer. She's got to go somewhere not directly at the goalie, though. Goalie's able to handle the things kind of right in her face, upper torso. She's the upper net is high. She's daring her to go high. Pagonow shot is saved. Second shot is saved. 8:34 remaining in the first half. Ball on the ground again. Scrum in the middle. Young comes away with it. They get it back to the goalie. Short outlet that time to Jackson. Gwen Ryan steps in. I'm going to just call a cross check. Nothing more serious than that. Jackson goes off the field. So Young ball, Young across the midfield stripe. Call foul on McHale. Hopefully Jackson's okay. She's sitting on the sideline after that contact with Ryan. Ball down to Serda. We're short a defender on the left side. Turn shot is wide right, picked up by Young. Lechega. Burrier into the slot. Ball passes missed. Corkin picks it up behind the net. Some sustained possession here for Young in the last 10 minutes or so. They've controlled the offense. Ruby on Corkin. No movement. All the cutters are covered. Young cutter fell down. Corkin just holding on to the ball, not really doing anything with it. Lila Hale at the goal line defender. Mahan. Ball pass over to the left offensive side. Cutters are being covered effectively today by Lane Tech. Great job. Just nothing open across the middle right now for Young to look at. Serda with the ball, gets it to Burrier. But just nothing. Tried to set a pick there. Hudasak, they're going to call it an illegal screen on Young. Hudasak was the defender doing a great job. She's going to get the ball on the foul. Quick out to Gwen Ryan. Numbers for Lane Tech. Ryan runs right past the first defender. Dumps it into McNamara. Saved by the goalie. McNamara tried to go high left. Goalie was right there for it. Arish has made some great saves so far in this first half after that initial illegal cover by Young. Gwen Ryan picks it up. Gwen Ryan drives on the goal. Goes high, shoots, scores. 5:09 remaining in the first half, so almost 14 minutes without a goal. But Gwen Ryan picks up her third of the day to make it 7-0 Lane Tech. So the goalie for Young, Addison Erich, and I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but I probably am, but she's made some great point-blank stops tonight in this first half. But Lane extends that lead to 7-0, but their first goal in 12 minutes and 51 seconds or so. So Bailey against O'Keefe in the draw control circle. Katie Wilk and Allie Vanna out there for Lane Tech in the midfield. Referee calls one of the defenders for Young was across the restraining line, so we'll give Allie Vanna the draw control on that. Shooting space foul on Young, so Vanna gets the ball at the 8-meter arc. First hash, just to the left of the goalie. 4:45 remaining in the half. Vanna goes low, off the post. Vanna tried to go low right and just hit the post. Ground ball controlled by Katie Wilk. Wilk dodges in. She shoots low and scores. 4:17. Katie Wilk unassisted off the foul on the ground ball. So 8-0 Lane Tech. Scoreboard just went out. Scoreboard's back. So So Katie Wilk, Kendra O'Keefe, and Allie Vanna out there in the midfield. McHale, Gitschlag, Pagonow, and McNamara on the offense. Ball straight up. Nope, they're going to give it to Lane Tech again. I think one of the defenders keeps going across the restraining line too early. So we'll give it to, they came across the restraining line. So Lane Tech ball. Right here. 6 has it. So we'll give Vanna the draw control again. She's got the ball. Takes it around behind the net. Switches with Annie Good, who's out there. Vanna gets inside, shoots, scores. Unassisted. She took that all the way around the net. And she picks up the goal. Clock's off. We'll have to get you the time. Allie Vanna's first goal tonight. We'll have to see how much time is left when they get the clock back on. Clock's back on 4. Well, the clock didn't run because now it says 4:17 again. So I guess we'll take 2 goals at 4:17. So somebody's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it looks like we're good. Both young defenders on the defensive side of the draw control circle. They're calling illegal procedure against O'Keefe. She tried to pull it back to Katie Wilk. So young ball, 4:07, and the clock is running. Bailey with the ball. Bailey drives on goal, gets by everybody, shoots twice. Ball's going to go to Gonzalez for Lane. She gets a clear out to O'Keefe. Numbers for Lane Tech. Oh. Player went down for Young in the midfield. O'Keefe still with the ball. 3:38. O'Keefe looking to move some traffic around. Dumps it over to Vanna. Shoot, score! Great pass by Kendra O'Keefe. She was looking for that the whole way. She got Vanna moving. And that's going to take us to a running clock with 3:25 left in the first half. I think there might be a timeout. So Lane Tech or Whitney Young timeout. Struggles with the clock. I think somebody keeps kicking the plug up there in the booth. But there should be 3:25 left, and when we come back from this timeout, it should be a running clock. Lane Tech with a 10-0 lead. So Lane Tech scored 6 goals from the start of the game until 18:58, and then went from 18:58 to 5:09 without scoring. Young had a lot of the possession in that time, and now has scored 4 goals in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So Alyssa Gonzalez made some great saves on the last couple possessions, and then some beautiful outlet passes. The last to Kendra O'Keefe, who was able to get the ball in, directed traffic when she got inside the 12-meter, and moved Ali Vanna around right where she wanted her, got the pass over to Vanna, and Lane scored. So the midfield for Lane is going to be Wilk, O'Keefe, Vanna. Offense, Pagonow, Good, McNamara, Gwen Ryan. On defense, you have Lila Hale, Bree Thomas, Kate Chapman, and Sage Tenfelda. So the sun, whatever it is of it, has set behind the building to our west. Haven't turned the lights on yet. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. Ball controlled by Katie Wilk. Lane on the move. Katie races the ball into the offensive zone. Gets it over to O'Keefe. Down to Pico now. Going to get a loose ball foul on Young. Lane just looking to get some of their younger players some time in this game now. 2:40 left in the half. Ball over to Good behind the net. She's got some space if she wanted it. McNamara behind the net. In comes Wilk. Couldn't handle the pass. She picks up the ground ball. She drives, dodges in, back to her right hand. Looking for a cutter. Got a foul. 3 seconds. But Lane will have the ball. Lane will have the ball at the 12-meter. Wilk has it. We're under 2 minutes. Wind starting to pick up a little bit off the lake. So blowing across the field from us to where the teams are. Wilk drives, passes in, shoots, score. Gwen Ryan with her 4th goal of the game. Katie Wilk with her first assist of the game. Lane moves ahead 11-0. 134. We'll call it 140. 140 left in the first half. Now we will get a running clock. So another great assist. So 6 assists on 11 goals, which is always a great stat to see. Good to see Carson Jackson coming back in. She had a run-in with Gwen Ryan, and it went to the sideline for a second, but she's back in the game. She's in the draw control circle with Eliza McHale. We're under 1 minute. McHale gets it up over to Ruby. They're going to call a legal procedure again on, or offsides, I guess, on Young. Ruby with the ball. Across her face. That was 2 fouls all in one, a sphere and a cross-body check. 24 seconds, clock's running. Lane has to recognize this. They want one more shot. We're at 18. Ruby with the ball, drives inside the 12. 14. Gets it over to Gwen Ryan. 6, 5, 4, 3. Tries to get it to McNamara. Good idea, but the clock's going to run out. Control that ground ball by Young. But at the half, a dominating half by Lane Tech. Lane leads 11-0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you for the second half of Lane Tech and Whitney Young. We are back at the Michelle Obama Athletics Complex on the campus of Whitney M. Young Magnet High School. There is 30 seconds left in this halftime period. Lane leads 11-0 on the strength of 6 goals in the first 6 minutes of this game, and then another 5 goals in the last 5 minutes of the first half. So Lane looks to build on this lead with the 11-0 lead. With the 11-0 lead, we will have a running clock in the second half unless we get back under 10. Talked a little bit with the referee during halftime, and senior captain Eliza McHale is now forbidden from calling the coin toss for the rest of the season because she is 0 for 5. But looks like the starters back on the field. Midfield is O'Keefe, McHale, Vanna. Defense is Chapman, Hale, Lila, Thomas Bree, and Sage Tenfolda. On offense, Gwen Ryan, Kate McNamara, Katie Wilk, and Annie Good. So we are off. 11 minutes on the clock. Or 11 goals on the scoreboard, 25 minutes on the clock. Kendra O'Keefe in the draw circle with Bailey. They're going to call a no draw. We'll do it again. These are the same officials that we had on Monday at Mother McCauley. They do a great job. Told us that they are married, husband and wife. They do this together all season. Those sticks are not quite parallel. Referee's going to go reset them. See what O'Keefe tries to do with his ball. In the first half, she was pushing it forward to the offensive end, which would be Allie Vanna. Yeah, she just looked at Vanna. Ball goes straight up. Picked up by Kendra O'Keefe. So we are underway. Lane Tech quickly into their offensive end. We'll recap the first half scoring in just a sec. Lane Tech looking to build a cushion. You want to use this game for experience, but a running clock's not a bad thing. Don't want anybody to get hurt and or embarrassed. O'Keefe fakes the flip. O'Keefe fakes the flip. Drives into the goal. Hits Gwen Ryan. Shoots, score! Gwen's 5th goal of the day. Kendra's 3rd assist. 23-30 of the second half. Lane Tech moves out to a 12-0 lead. So first half scoring, Katie Wilk, a goal and assist. Allie Vanna, 2 goals. Kendra O'Keefe, 3 goals, 2 assists in the first half. Eliza McHale, 2 helpers. Kate McNamara, a goal and an assist. And Gwen Ryan, 4 goals. She now has 5. Lights are on now here at Mobamba. Ball up towards Allie Vanna. Picked up by McHale. Gets it over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe, little high to Vanna, but picked up by Sides. Emily Sides, stopped by the goalie. So Gonzalez back in the goal for Lane Tech. Lane Tech's going to keep possession of that. Addison Erich also still in goal for Whitney Young. Vanna passes. O'Keefe goes low to her right hand. Goalie stopped it. Great save by her again. Ball cleared to the middle, picked up by Bree Thomas. Bree has 3 or 4 ground balls today. She's going to carry that into the offensive line, and somebody's got to stay back. We got 4 back. Allie Vanna stayed back. Bree Thomas looking to score her first goal of the season. Passes it into McNamara. McNamara goes high. Lane Tech scores 21-50. McNamara from Bree Thomas. Bree Thomas' first point of the year, I believe. Kate McNamara's second goal. 13-0 Lane Tech. So why we have a second, and we'll recap this again at the end of the game. Tomorrow's game against Peyton has been has been postponed. So no game tomorrow, Friday, at Lane. That game has been postponed till after spring break. So the matchup of the two best teams in the public league will have to wait until the middle of April sometime. So interesting setup here by Young. They leave McHale by herself in the defensive end. See if O'Keefe can get it to her. Kendra pulls it back. McHale picks it up, gets her draw control. Quickly up to Allie Vanna. Vanna runs by her defender. Has a clear path to the goal if she wants it. Gets back to her right hand. Behind her head, no. Went behind the back. Set it up all the way. Great job by Allie Vanna right there. Looking for one for the highlight reel. She got back to her right hand and then flipped it behind her head. Just missed the goal. O'Keefe challenging the clear. Serta with the ball, fouled by Lane Tech. Vanna goes behind. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Crosby. Crosby gets a ground ball. She goes, she can get past that defender. Referee was thinking about calling a foul for the stick in the face, but battle down there. Picked up by Emily Sides. Sides gets it back to O'Keefe. 1950. Lane Tech with a 13-0 lead. And it's just dominated this game from the get. If you weren't with us at the top, Lane scored 25 seconds into the game and then proceeded to score Kate McNamara from Kendra O'Keefe. McNamara with her third goal of the game. O'Keefe with her fourth assist. We'll call that 19-25. What's the second half? We'll do that. Lane Tech takes a 14-0 lead. So 9 assists on 14 goals, which is just spectacular. Coach Malmstrom has to be super excited with all the helpers tonight. Ball movement has been great. Katie Wilk taking the draw right to Olivia Ruby. Ruby splits her two defenders, has a clear path to the goal. She goes low, saved. Quick outlet to Corkin. Now Corkin sprints the other way. Numbers for Young. Quick recovery by the midfield of Lane Tech. Pushes Corkin back towards the midfield line. Ball's loose. Picked up by Bailey. Ball on the ground. The referee calls a foul. It'll be difficult angle, but at the 8-meter arc. So Bailey's going to get it over there. Tough angle for her. Katie Wilk and Lila Hale over there. Oh, they're going to push it all the way back to the 12-meter arc, 12-meter spray. Bailey looks well, that is a shot right to Gonzalez. Great outlet. Kate McNamara. Nobody in the midfield. McNamara has numbers. She takes it out to the right, looks back into the middle for Crosby. Slow it down a little bit. Great clear by Gonzalez. Great save and clear by Gonzalez. Annie Good on the far right side with the ball. She brings it behind the net. Shot score. Emily Sides with the goal from Annie Good. 15-0 Lane Tech. Great patience by Lane right there. 16:50. 16:50 left in the game. So see if Lane takes their foot off the gas here for a little bit. Hard to do sometimes. Katie Wilk in the draw control circle. Olivia Ruby with Mary Gitschlag in the midfield. We're going to be under 16 minutes when this draw control is held. Ball straight up off Olivia Ruby's foot. Ball's got some wacky spin on it. He's going to call it for Lane, so we'll give Katie Wilk the control. She sprints into the offensive end. Passes it. Gets it over to sides. McNamara back to sides. Far side to Good. Young it off. Ball cleared in the middle. Maggie Breed right there to break it up. Picked up by Wilk. Ruby with the ball. Near hash. Ruby pulls it out, resets the offense. 15 minutes exactly remaining in the game. Wilk looking, she's dancing. Ball into the middle. Ooh, that should be a card. Gitschlag took a shot to the head. They're not going to pull out a card, though. Mary Gitschlag is going to get an 8-meter free position. Edison Erich, the goalie for Young, is ready. Gitschlag just to the right of center. Switches her feet. She drives on it. Ball checked out of her stick from behind. Great defense by Young right there. Quick outlet. Over to Barthel. Barthel driving through the midfield. Good job right there by Sides to slow her down. Push her out of bounds. Up to Bailey. Bailey ball on the ground. Ooh. Foul on Lane. Oh, foul on Young. Foul on Bailey. Picked up by Sage Tenfelda. She beats her defender. It's a heavy collision right in front of us. Ball behind to Good. She gets inside her defender. Stick checked by the goalie, I think. Jackson looking to pick it up. Jackson picks it up for Young. Gets it back to her goalie. Ball is loose on the far side now. Wow. Wilk with the ball. No, I'm sorry. Gitschlag, top right. Back to the center. 14 has it. McNamara puts it into the middle. Gitschlag tried to shoot, checked out of her stick. Behind the net now, McNamara puts it in the, tries to flag again. Stays inbound, Young ball. They're going to attempt to clear. We're at 12 and a half minutes. Ball out to Corkin, ball loose. Wilk picks it up. Wilk fouled. Wilk with a quick restart. Bailey, she gets by Bailey. All the lane players trying to feed into the slot now, get everybody a goal. Ruby, top of the 12. Slow it down, under 12 minutes, 11:50. Lane Tech leads 15-0. Ball on the ground. Great job by Jackson. Crosby trying to chase it down. Crosby picks it up. Ball's going to go out of bounds off of a Young stick. Lane Tech ball. So we'll say it a couple of times more. If you're planning on joining us tomorrow for our first home game against Peyton, that game has been postponed. So we will go to spring break with this being our last game. Crosby gets inside. Down to Sides. Sides and Crosby playing catch a little bit. Ball, nice check by Schumacher. Picked up by Crosby again. Behind to Sides. Sides controls it. Tries to get around. Crosby keeps it inbounds. Lane ball still. Loose. Gitschlag picks it up. Gitschlag, ball on the ground. They're going to get a check. Legal check. 10-20 remaining in the game. So Gitschlag at the 12-meter. Waits for the restart. She drives, gets around one defender, shoots. Little high, going to go out of bounds, but stay with Lane Tech. Emily Sides there. She walks it back onto the field. She's looking. Crosby. Crosby turns back inside on her left hand. Tried to get back to her right and inside. Sides now up top. Over to Ruby. Ruby drives to her right. Gets between two defenders, shoots. Saved by the goalie just out to the left of the goal. Picked up by Crosby again. Crosby to Ruby. Ruby's trying. He's looking, nobody cutting. Ruby gets back to Sides. Sides back to Ruby. Patient by Lane Tech right now. Everybody looking for a cutter. Ooh. Over to Gitschlag. 9 minutes left in the game. Lane's happy to work it around. Broken up that time by Barthel for Young. And call a cover against Lane Tech, so it's going to be Young ball. Barthel is going to get it to her goalie. Looking for that deep clear into the middle. McNamara tries to one-hand it. Burrier with the ball. She drives, splits her defenders. Still going. You're going to call an 8-meter, call foul on Katie Wilk. Stick was up around Burrier's head, so Burrier going to get the ball. First hash to the right. Nope, they're going to move her into the center. So 8-meter, free position, 8:15 left. Gonzalez, one-on-one with Burrier. Referee still moving some players around. 8 minutes. Burrier shoots. Saved by Gonzalez. Great save. Ball was just to her right. She had a lunging save picked up by Katie Wilk. Gonzalez having a game. She's played really well all season. Wilk to McNamara. Break for Lane Tech. Play on. Ball over to Good. Good gets it to Crosby behind the net. Crosby drives one-on-one with the goalie. Shoots. Scores. Natalie Crosby scores. Makes it 16-0 Lane Tech. Great break by Lane Tech. 7:20 time of the goal. Natalie Crosby gets her first goal of the night. Lane Tech extends the game, the score to 16-0. I don't know. We'll have to go back and look and see if we can give an assist on that. Eliza McHale in the game for the draw. Kendra O'Keefe and Allie Vanna in the midfield. .6:42, clock is running. Excuse me. Great patience by Lane Tech. moving the ball around. See where McHale tries to go with this. Oh, little early movement. She pops it straight up in the air. Allie Vanna's going to pick it up. Allie Vanna's going to pick it up. Allie Vanna's going to pick it up. Allie Vanna picks it up. Little close to the restraining line. She gets it out to Breed. Ball controlled by Young. Ball still on the ground. Ball controlled by McHale. She gets it over to Crosby. Loose again. Bailey for Young picks it up. She gets it to the midfield. She's got Schumacher and Barthel. They're going to call foul on Whitney or on Lane Tech. Caroline Serda has the ball. She's working the right side. She's working on Tenfelda on defense. Pushes her all the way behind the net. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Serda patiently waiting. Tenfelda there at the goal line. McHale gets the cutter. Shoot, score. Nice shot by her. Caroline Sereda. 5-10. Whitney Young gets on the scoreboard. Great job by Sereda. Patiently, she waited behind the net. She went around. Defender couldn't get there fast enough. She had a tough angle. Nothing Gonzalez could do. And Whitney Young gets on the board to make it 16-1. Clock continues to run. 4:30 and counting. McHale back in the draw center, sorry. O'Keefe and Vanna in the midfield with her. Little movement on the Lane Tech defensive side. McHale trying to go low. I think she's trying to pull this back to Allie Vanna. Straight up, though. Oh, she catches her own. Little backhand. Gets around her defender. Good with the ball back to McHale. McHale slows it down. Crosby at the top. Inside. Grace pass for her back to McHale. McHale shoots, scores! McHale makes it 17-1. McHale from Crosby at 3:40 left in the game. Great job. Great setup. Looked like they just drew it up on the whiteboard in the locker room, if there was a locker room and if there was a whiteboard. Allie Vanna in the draw control circle. 3 minutes left in the game. See what Allie Vanna tries to do with this. Kendra O'Keefe behind her with nobody on her. Both defenders on McHale in the offensive end. Ball goes way forward. Control by Young. Young needs to clear the ball now. Sides there, preventing the clear. Now McHale trying to force her out of bounds. Right on the sidelines. Ball to Corkin. Loose on the sideline. Corkin gets the loose ball. Out to Jackson. O'Keefe on her. They're going to call. They're going to get a yellow card on Kendra O'Keefe for going high. So Lane Tech will be a player down basically for the rest of the game. We're right at 2 minutes. Jackson, ball loose in the middle. Corkin picks it up. It's a check on an empty stick. Going to stay with Young. See if Lane can handle this man-down situation. Breed picks off the pass. She looks to clear, get it over across midfield. She's a little close to that sideline. Wow. They're going to call charging on Breed. Not sure about that. 1:30 remaining in the game. Corkin down the far sideline. McHale picks her up, forces her behind. Couple cutters at the top. Lila Hale, they switch. McHale back on Corkin. Corkin dumps it into the middle. Couldn't handle the pass. Ball picked up by Burrier. Over Serrata, the goal scorer for Whitney Young. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Allie Vanna. Under a minute to go in this game. Vanna carries it across midfield into the offensive end. She turns, shoots, tried the behind the head thing again. Ball's going to stay with Lane Tech. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Ball into McHale. McHale goes low, saved by the goalie. It's going to go over to Young. 24 seconds left in the game. McHale tried to throw in the worm burner. Didn't go. 16-15. McHale picks up the ground ball. Looks for a cutter. Got a cutter. Vanna behind the head. There it goes. With 5 seconds left. McHale to Vanna. Third time's a charm. Kept trying. Vanna kept trying that. She tried it 2 times unsuccessfully and then finally got it in the back of the net. So Lane Tech is going to head back up to Kennedy. 18-1 winners here at the Michelle Obama Athletics Complex against a very young team. Lane Tech just came out early, scored 6 straight goals to start this game in the first 7 minutes, and never looked back from there. Great goalkeeping by Alyssa Gonzalez. She stopped a couple point-blank shots, only allowed 1 late goal. So Lane Tech is going to head into spring break. No games over spring break this year, so they have the whole time off to enjoy whatever it is they're going to do on spring break. So special thanks to all the great folks at Lane Tech High School. Head coach Miss Amanda Malmstrom, principal Miss Edwina Thompson, and athletic director Mr. Brent Badish. Lane Tech moves to 2-3 on the season, 2-0 in the Chicago Public League, and is off until April 13th when they travel to Taft. Remember, we confirmed today there's no game tomorrow. The game against Peyton that was originally scheduled for Lane Stadium tomorrow afternoon is postponed. So our next game is April 13th, which is a Thursday night against the Taft Eagles. Everyone, please have a safe spring break. We look forward to seeing you, everyone. We look forward to seeing everyone on the Northwest side under the lights after the break. For everyone at Lane Tech Lacrosse, for Mary Avery back on the camera, this is Tony McHale saying good night from the greatest city in the world. So long, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful. We'll be off in a second. That's a beautiful sky. I said that's a beautiful sky.